Give us the date, isn't it? Date of the day, isn't it?
How's it, Nadav? Please can you send me the new RTMP? I think that's what it's called.
I think we might be live, eh?
Am I?
Yeah.
Ah, there we go. Sorry about that, folks. We didn't realize we were live. But welcome to Mala Mala. Mike's just going to turn off all the noises on his cell phone there.
Did you like the echoes?
Yeah. So here we are at a den site. And these are 3 litters of different hyena cubs. I'm going to get to questions in just a bit. Just give me a second.
So hello to a lot of our regulars as well. Chain, Pam Hudson, Kimberly Lopez, Carolina and Leonie. And Ash, I'm hoping I'm saying that right. How long can hyenas live for? So on our way to the sighting, Gareth and I are actually trying to look it up. We couldn't actually find any answer for the age in the textbooks that I have, but I'd guess between around 15 is probably about right, maybe as much as 20 years, but for most of our carnivores here, the lions, leopard, cheetah, 15 years is about it. Some get older, some get younger, like humans. The average is there are always the exceptions.
So although this is not a very rare sighting, we do often come across hyena dens. They are brilliant animals to watch, and usually we stream lions and leopards and the rest of them, but these little guys can be quite special. If you have a look at that youngster on the left, it's a little bit older than the 2 on the right. You can see it's just starting to get some color in its face there. The 2 on the right are obviously litter mates, and then that one center of frame is from a different litter altogether. And then these 2 here will be from a different litter altogether. So there are 3 litters that live within this den site here.
Mr. Wild UAE asking why we don't have names for the clans of hyena. I wish we did actually, because they really are. We don't get to know them as individuals like we get to know the lions and leopards. No, so with a leopard, for example, it's just one individual in a fairly large-ish area that's always in that area. With hyenas, we can find them anywhere on the reserve. There's 1 or 2, maybe there was one with a missing ear and another one with a damaged eye that we'd see over the entire property. So it wasn't predictable at all where we would find them. And then we've been quite lucky to actually find this den. They have used it before, but we might not have a hyena den, or one that we can find anyway, for a year or 2, and then suddenly we just see dens everywhere. But yeah, if anything, we're around Styx waterhole, as in the Greek mythology river Styx. So So I suppose the Styx clan is as good as any, and the symbology of that probably matches up with what most people expect for hyena.
There has actually been a hyena documentary filmed here at Malamala called Hyena Queen. I see Animal Lover asking, are there any lions? Animal Lover, there are 2 lions that we know of that have been found this morning. One of the Gauri males and one of the Kambula lionesses. And perhaps we'll go there later, but they're quite far from where we are. So we'll just stick here for now. And decide at a later time.
Get well soon, Pat Schaefer. And I'm hoping that the weather in Cape Town's gotten better, because that misery is with us now. It's such a cold, windy day. We're freezing here at the moment. Anbu asking, where are you right now? So we are at Malamala Game Reserve, next to the Kruger National Park. So if you look for the Kruger National Park, you'll see their main camp, Skukuza, and we are just to the north of Skukuza by, I want to say, 10 kilometers in a straight line. If you almost exactly straight north of their airport. But we're on Malamala Game Reserve, so not in the Kruger National Park, but right next door to it on Malamala Game Reserve, one of the big private reserves.
Then Lawrence Carr asking, do they attack humans? Like when it comes to humans than some of the other predators? And that humans, when humans are being a bit neglectful, maybe sleeping outside or sleeping with their doors open or that kind of stuff. Then Kimberly Lopez just commenting here that the leopard we saw the other day was not the Mluati male, which is a 6-7 spot pattern. We haven't figured that out yet, so thanks, Kimberly.
So folks, I think what happened is so we lost signal here for a second. It's come back now, it seems, or I hope. But yeah, unfortunately, just where we are, we're on the edge of where we can get good signal. But hopefully it stays up now. And Kimberly Lopez, so we still trying to figure out who that old male leopard is. He's the one that we saw day before yesterday on the live stream, and then you'll see tomorrow evening we're going to put up a video from here where he had his kill stolen by the 2 sons of the Msogweni female, who then had a bit of a fight over it. So keep an eye out for that video, but you'll see him right in the beginning. We're still trying to figure out who he actually is.
6-6 at the Hyena Den site. It's active. We'll be live streaming here.
Via Stikand asking how many hyenas in a pack. So properly it's called a Hyena Clan. But the packs or clans can range from, say, 10 individuals, and then I know in East Africa some of the clans there can get up to 80, which is a phenomenal amount. Here I would say the biggest clan is probably closer to 40 if you were to include all the youngsters, but it's incredibly rare that we see all of them together like that. So there's been a handful of sightings where I've seen 30, 40 hyenas about here. and normally it's because they're trying to steal something from the lions. You'll see one of the videos on Malamala's YouTube channel there's actually a couple there. There's one where a whole clan of hyenas are stealing buffalo kill from a young male lion, and then another where two clans of hyenas had a fight in front of Rattray's camp. So we do see big clans, but you hardly ever see them all together. Even a den site like this, we might see one or two of the adults coming later just to feed the pups, or the cubs, sorry, but they don't stay here like you'd find with wild dogs. They just come feed and then go again.
And then welcome, Meter Karanth. Nice to see you back. Superbikes, howdy back to you. And then Karen Thurn asking, are they born black? They are indeed, and unlike other predators in this area, they're born with their eyes open, so they're unable to see. And for all of those that have just joined us, we are at our hyena den site, and you're looking at littermates here. They're quite young. I'm just going to zoom out a bit so you can see. Oops, let me just try and zoom out, not turn this camera around. So the entrance to the den site is at the base of this termite mound to the right here, the base of that tree. I'm going to zoom in on that entrance, and there are some young pups that we saw earlier who have now gone back into the entrance to that den site. We're hoping that they come back out. But this is our hyena den site that we're at, and there are 3 litters here. In total there are 5 cubs.
So Lawrence Carr just saying your answer froze up when it cut out there, but he had asked, do hyenas attack humans? You answered that, Gareth.
Yeah, so the hyenas are a little bit more brazen around humans and maybe take chances more than other predators. And there have been cases where they have attacked humans. It's usually when people fall asleep with their doors open, that kind of stuff. It's usually human error as opposed to animals just attacking them out of the blue. But yeah, they are ferocious predators, and they're opportunistic, and they will take any opportunities that are afforded to them. But I don't think they'll just attack randomly. I don't know if you've got anything to add to that, Mike.
No, it's that classic hyenas don't kill people, people kill people. And then Animal Lover asking why we don't have windows on the vehicle. So partly we don't need them. A day like today where it's so cold and miserable, I would have appreciated a roof and windows. But the animals don't see us as food or a threat or anything like that, so they do pretty much ignore us. You can see these 2 hyena pups are just sleeping, like they really don't care about us. I think the smaller cubs have gone in just because it's cold. Hopefully they'll come back out to play around a little bit later. But yeah, I think they came out when we arrived just to be something new and interesting. I just wanted to check us out.
And then they heard us droning on you and decided to go back into the den.
Joshua asking how long they stayed at den for. So it actually, hyenas are such a complex society, but normally the pups are at the den for, I want to say 9-ish months, which is very, very long that they'll hang around. But when they're getting a bit older, so for the more dominant ones or females pups, from about 3 or 4 months old, they already start following their mom to kills that are close by, and that some of the other females, the lower ranking members, cubs, they do stay around or stay a little less. or sorry, stay around a little longer. But yeah, I would say anywhere from 3 to 9 months, in that range. And then you can see, like here, where we had a whole range of ages of cubs around. Some of the older cubs will just stay here longer because there's other cubs to hang around with and that. And the dens, they'll have multiple dens within the area, but then they might shift the den site from one spot to another. So this clan of hyenas, their other den, or how we discovered this den in the first place, was actually following a mother carrying one of the cubs from the other den to here in a straight line. I want to say it's just about a mile away from here, but on the other side of the valley. So one of the rangers came across a female moving the pups around, cubs, sorry, and then had carried it here, and he followed her here and discovered this den. And then speaking to some of the other rangers that have been here for years and years, they had also said that this den had been used in the past.
So if there are any of you on Facebook and you hear us answering questions, the questions that we are answering are on the YouTube feed. So if you want to ask a question, please feel free to switch over to YouTube and we'll answer your questions there. Rahul Sharma, enjoying from India. It's good to know.
Meeta Karant asking, are they all from the same mum? So no. Here it seems to be 3 different litters. So it'll be 3 mothers that are raising their cubs here together. But that doesn't mean that there's only 3 females in the clan. It's just those are the ones that happen to have the youngsters. We've actually been checking around this den site on and off, and these 2 older ones that are here at the moment certainly weren't around other times we've checked. So they were probably raised at another den site, and then when these youngsters were born, they were brought here to kind of keep the youngsters together, because they do sort of raise them not communally like lions do, but they at least keep them in the same place. Like the moms won't look after another female's youngsters or nurse them like the lions do. But it is just a sort of a social gathering point, so then they'll keep them in this same area.
Then Arjuna in, welcome, saying hi Mike and Gareth, thanks for yet another live stream and at a hyena den at that. Brilliant. It is. I don't think we spend enough time with these hyenas. They're actually incredible animals to watch. They're always doing something interesting, except for these 2 in frame. See, the one's just moving his ear. I think it heard me. Then Karen Thurn saying, do males leave clan to join another clan to avoid inbreeding? That is correct. And they do so at about 2 years of age. The females remain behind in their initial clan.
So just going back to one of the older questions, so Cham asking, is there a dominant breeding pair like wild dogs, or do all the females breed like lions? So Cham, they do all breed more like lions. So the hyenas, there is no dominant pair, and that's got a lot to do with just how the hyena social system is set up. So with lions, you've got the male coalitions that come and go over the years and take over the territories that the prides, the female family groups, really. Then you've got wild dogs where you have an alpha male and female that kind of monopolize that breeding. where with hyenas it's a matriarchal society, so all the females are dominant over the male, so the lowest ranked female still outranks the highest ranked male, and these pups, if they are female, will actually dominate and bully any male hyena that was to come around here. So the males, it's kind of a, it's opposite to what most animals are like, where the males are the big strong ones, and that with hyena the females are the big strong ones, and they will breed with males, but the females, they all have their own sort of place in the hierarchy, and then their cubs kind of inherit in some ways they're an extension of their mother. So the cubs of dominant females can actually bully and dominate other bigger hyenas, because mom's gonna back them up and put that other hyena in its place if need be.
And then just Mr. Wild, E87 is a question that I'm going to direct at you, Mike. Any leopard cubs or son or daughter of Chilolo male leopard? So funnily enough, this den site is very close to where Chilolo's territory used to be. Mike, I don't know if you know if there are any leopards alive that are maybe related to Chilolo. I think he is also known as the rock drift male.
Yeah, so I think the I want to say the Yakkelstraw female.
So the teardrop female would then be...
Yeah, I'd have to go and...
We'd have to look at our family tree, our leopard family tree.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. I want to say I'd be guessing if I were to give an answer.
Mr. Wild,
there are one or two leopards that are related to him.
Yeah, we'll have to look that up. So you can't just answer that off the cuff.
Hello, Jacques Proust.
Perry Hennessy, great live stream. Thank you. For those of you that don't know, Chilolo was a very famous leopard here. He was also in a wildlife documentary and made it to the front cover of a National Geographic magazine, and they did a spread on him. Hi, Jacques.
Some signs of life there.
Hopefully those youngsters come out.
Suspicions have relocated this leopard. He's now just stationary east of the quarry, east of Styx Crossing.
For those of you that could hear the radio, there's a young male leopard that's been found, also quite far from where we are. At some point, if these younger cubs don't come out, we might actually head to a pair of lions that were mating earlier, and maybe they'll put on a show for us.
Well, we haven't seen any adult hyenas around, but the mothers of these youngsters will come and feed them a few times through the day. Maybe towards sunset they might come and just give their youngsters a feed before they head out to go and hunt and that. So I was just going through some of the questions. I forget who, but someone did ask how much do they hunt versus scavenge. So they do have a reputation as being scavengers and that, but most of their hunting happens in the dark, so we're just not able to see it. I have seen one or two hyena kills over the years, and that is just unusual circumstances that I just happen to be in the right place at the right time. But for us, we follow the Cape hunting dogs when they're hunting, and they they have a similar style of hunting to the hyenas, where they run animals down, and we really battle to keep up with the Cape hunting dogs in broad daylight. To keep up with hyenas when they're hunting it's impossible in the dark here. Like, it's dangerous for us because we'll crash into trees and holes and that sort of thing, but also you'll just never move fast enough to stay with them.
So I just lifted the camera there so you can see the kind of vegetation we'd have to drive through at night if we were to follow them hunting. Okay, there you can hear one's communicating a bit there.
Sounded like a growl. I don't know if it was the youngsters though. I don't seem too disturbed by it. But yeah, sorry, so to get back to the question, I think they hunt a lot more than we realize. Like, it's at least 50-50 hunting to scavenging, but I suspect that they actually hunt a lot more than they scavenge.
And then just to introduce you, there's been a couple of requests just to see our faces. I'm just going to zoom out and show you who's chatting behind the camera. Let me see if I can get this right this time. Okay, so it's myself, Gareth, and then Mike. And we're going to get back to the hyenas there.
Try.
There we go. As you can see from our dress code, that it's quite cold today.
And Lenora Woodall saying paternity can't be easy to follow in the wild. I'm assuming you mean when we were talking about the rock drift male. So we do just have to guess. Sometimes we're lucky enough to see the males mating with the youngster, or with the female, sorry, and then 3 months later, or depending on the species, we see the youngster. So the timing kind of fits. But we do a lot of work with an organization called Panthera, and with them we've been collecting DNA samples from the cats and using that to figure out paternity as well. And we were about 90% right with who we thought the father was versus who the actual DNA test said. So we are more or less accurate. And the way those samples are collected is disgusting, but what we do is we wait until we see one of the cats going to the bathroom and then collect the dung. But you need to actually see the rock drift male, say, produce that dung so that you are 100% sure the leopard dung you have found belongs to the particular leopard, and then that gets sampled or collected, and that sample sent away for DNA analysis. I think they're using the epithelial cells on the outside of that dung to figure out who is who, and then matching it up to other, or kind of cross-checking it with other samples we've collected. But yeah, it is quite an interesting field of research that has opened up for us now.
Here's Jacques, who's getting back to us about the rock drift male. Jacques is the next ranger here. From the records, Kikalezi female and Flockfield female are offspring of the rock drift male. 99% sure. Thanks for the percentage there, Jacques. That makes it official.
The other 1% is that pinch of salt.
Hi, you Lawrence. Welcome back. Sheila's Africa. Welcome back. And then you're welcome, Denise Mortlock. I think Denise is missing her son, Mike. And Lawrence Jr. saying, I'm experiencing a thunderstorm. Lawrence, we actually can hear a bit of thunder here. I don't know where you are. But yeah, there's definitely a bit of thunder around here. Hopefully it doesn't rain on us. And then Jacques also saying Jakkelsdraai female could also be related to the rockdrift male, Ultralolo. In Palabora, so yeah, we're not far from each other, Lawrence. Let us know if it starts raining there. Aisha Emergi asking how cold is it here? My guess would be about 20 degrees Celsius. But the wind chill factor on the back of these vehicles makes it a bit cooler when we drive. And then Mia, welcome. I don't know if you've arrived late, but we are currently at a hyena den site. There's 2 hyena cubs in frame there. I'm just going to zoom out a bit. The den site is to the right of that log, which is in the right of frame there. You can see the termite mound that the den site is in. And the actual entrance to the den site is center of frame there. Now there are some young cubs in there, and they were here at the beginning of the live stream. We're hoping that they come back out. They were curious and were walking up to us a bit earlier. It seems like they're getting a bit tired of our voices and have gone back inside. There are also some lions on the property and a leopard that's currently being viewed. So we may go and visit the lions at some point. I think we'll maybe just sit here for a little bit longer. Hopefully those cubs come out. And if not, then maybe we'll move on to the lions. Animal lovers asking why do we stay in one place? Well,
Signal.
yeah, signal is a big factor. When you drive around, the signal comes and goes, and the stream gets very patchy for us. But also, if you had if you had a den site, it makes sense just to sit tight, and perhaps the animals will come out or other animals will approach.
That's an elephant. Can hear something.
Yeah, there's quite a
rumbling.
strange sound there. Daniel Campbell asking what is he doing? These are 2 hyena cubs that are just lying outside the entrance to their den. And there's another 3 cubs in the den itself, underground. And they live in a network of tunnels there when they're young. It seems as though there's 3 different litters here, all of different ages. This is the oldest litter that we're looking at now. There's some very young hyena cubs inside the den, which showed their faces a bit earlier.
So Jacques, that bird that you're hearing is a ground scraper thrush. It's in the tree immediately above the hyenas.
Sometimes it's a little bit difficult for us to know which bird calls you're talking about because the stream takes some time to get through to you, and by the time we get the question, that bird may have stopped singing or chirping, but this one's quite incessant above the den site.
So Minecraft is asking what would happen if lions came past. So I'm pretty sure that just the hyenas would just shoot down into that den. So the termite mounds are actually really solid structures. Like it's as hard as concrete, so the lions can't really dig them out. It does look like just like a pile of sand or dirt and would be easy to move, but we could probably park this vehicle on top there. Anyway, we do see similar things sometimes at the wild dog dens, where the lions try and dig them out, but if they can get in and it's deep enough to be out of reach of the lions, then they're normally fine.
And Lauren's saying that the thunder is so loud there you can... Oops, here you go. Wonder what they've noticed or heard.
Yeah, we keep hearing some sort of, like, it's quite far, but like a low growling or rumble. I thought it might actually be an elephant rumbling in the distance.
I wonder if this thunder in the distance has also maybe got them a bit on edge.
Yeah, that might be it. Arjuna asking, is a wild dog den well out of live stream range? So the den at the moment we not visiting quite yet. We go once a week just to check that they are there. But I don't know, Gareth, have you seen if there's signal there?
I haven't checked, but I don't think there is, just judging from where it is on the property.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if there was signal. Unfortunately, they're in a kind of a valley and quite far from any signal. But believe me, if there is opportunity to live stream from that den, we certainly will do it.
So guys, I don't know if these, with this thunder going and all the pups, or all the cubs at least, are all in the den now. I don't know if it's worthwhile maybe taking a drive to where the lions are. Do you guys want to stick along for the drive?
Hey,
Izel.
Yes, I keep meaning to say hello to you, and I never do because I'm a terrible person.
Well, I can do it on the live stream, Mike's very convenient.
Hello, Izel. I'm hoping that we see you soon.
Yeah, nice to see you, Izel. Hopefully see you in person soon. So I don't know what you guys think. Do you want to go and have a look at the lions, and do you want to live stream while we drive there? We might drop signal every now and then. Okay, Lauren's saying yes, drive.
Alright, folks, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take over the camera from Gareth, but please just understand, we have to go through one fairly large dip, so just give us 2 minutes to go through that dip if the signal does drop, and then we'll see if it, well, hopefully it'll come up as soon as we're out of the actual Kirkman River. Also, you'll just have to forgive us if we're not answering your questions, because we need to watch where we're going, and texting and driving is a crime.
Leaving the hyena den to top of the hyena got that inside the den, into it towards the garden and the line is the road, or the roadway streets. We're going to drive in live stream all the way to the side.
Zal is one of our rangers that we haven't seen for the duration of lockdown, unfortunately. I'm hoping she hasn't got too bored growing mealies and sheep in the Free State. I'll just pan the camera around as we're moving, but you can see this is the Kirkman River Valley. On either side are some quite big open areas, and off that way is the Drakensberg Mountains on the horizon, which you can just barely see. If you look at the clouds, you can see it's a pretty miserable day here. Coming up to Styx Crossing, which the Styx Pride, which some of you will know, is named after, but it's S-T-Y-X as in the river Styx.
Saying he's envious. Jack, you know where we are.
Yeah, so we are more or less on the, well, in the middle of Mala Mala at the moment, driving north now. You'll see we'll come over the crest of the hill and see the airstrip where on the live stream 2 days ago we had the cheetah and the wild dogs chasing one another around while we were watching the leopards. So I know because we were with the leopards we couldn't really leave them. But you can see the footage that Nick got on Mala Mala's YouTube channel. We just put out the video last night, and Nick got some amazing footage of the cheetah up in a tree there. And how we're getting signal, so this I see dropping from time to time. Alright folks, so it seems like our signal is back. Sorry you all dropped out for a while there. Welcome back to Annie as well as Friday. Enid. see if we've got signal. Yeah, we are at the West Street Bridge. You saw that little baboon disappearing underneath the bridge there. Alright folks, sorry if you're not getting any signal.